all the markers are on the map already. So there's not much that I can think of other than, as the mission starts developing, what infantry we need to get. I'm almost at home. I need to end the call quickly because I need to find the gate for the estate. But you guys can load up the mission slong and just get people to join the slots. I'll be there about 2 minutes.
Yeah, Buckets, I think it's not you can be a bit late because it's not that intense, and I don't think it will be that much time consuming. So
Yeah, agreed.
My plan in my head was for.
No.
Okay, we'll see you in 2 then. Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm at home, so give me 2 minutes. I just want to find the gate.
All right, just
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, cheers,
thank
Box.
you.
Steel droppers. Those square steel droppers. They sharpened those to picture the front tire, so you couldn't reverse out, but it was so deep in any way that it went and landed on its transaxle. So now you crash into this thing, the front wheels are punctured. And then what they used to do is quickly, if you wanted to try and reverse it out, they would throw a cable over and it would get ensnared in the back of that wire cutter so that the Casper can't reverse, and quite a thick cable while they were shooting at the Oaks,
Ingenious.
Imagine.
And the other one was they cut off main power lines, or they got them from somewhere before they were commissioned. Now those main power lines are thick. It's thick cable.
Sorry guys, just slot up while you guys are chatting.
Okay, sure.
Sheepy, you're admin, right?
I'm gonna log in quickly to stop that. I saw it went through.
Yeah, so yeah, just log in, select the mission, and stay logged in. Make sure you select custom difficulty.
Yeah.
Do we have enough to fill Dragon 1?
Sorry, dudes. I don't know why it pushed it through. So I'm only logged in as admin now, so it might take us back and you have to reslot.
No worries.
No problem.
Well, Wolf, roughly on 12 numbers, yeah, we should be able to fill up Dragon 1, huh?
Yeah, because we got like two pilots, don't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what it looks like provisionally. I mean, there's already 11 people, so there's only 2 missing off TS.
No,
They
hear
are
what
not
Bucky
on the
says,
server.
but if we can't fill up Dragon 1 completely, it might be better to have 2 or 3 guys in Dragon 3. Zero, can I have you as AR, please?
Okay.
We're also gonna need a platoon medic.
Yeah, I think Sherman.
Yeah, I'm still available.
Cool.
Okay, so that's the 2 Ghost Riders, that's the medic sorted. Buckers will take CR, so...
So if Toko jumps into the Grenadier slot in Dragon 1, we're still shorting...
I'm joining.
I'm still joining in as well.
So we've essentially got a full squad. So maybe we should, Wolf, maybe your team should take the Dragon 3.
Yeah, let's just see what Bucky says, but let's fill up Dragon 1 for now, and then as soon as he comes in, we'll just ask him, if we have to, we can pop over.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but geez, my armor takes forever to initialize and load up.
As does mine.
Do we have a few minutes? Actually, I need to install something.
Yeah, we're waiting for Bucky's at the moment, so.
Okay.
Africa, your ping's halved since last you joined, eh?
No,
Yeah.
it's stable about 180 to
okay.
200.
Probably.
Yeah,
probably,
it's usually 200.
He probably banged the receptionist to the Italian speed.
Fini, could you just fix my badges on TeamSpeak? It just fell away, I'm not sure why.
You're probably not logged in.
User entered your channel.
Hey guys.
Hello, Bucky's.
Hey, Bucky's.
Hey, Bucky's.
We're still short, are you still connecting? Except for Bucky's?
Ox.
Okay.
And Pam's also doing something.
And I think Raz said he takes forever to join in as well.
Okay, so Bucky's, while we're talking, we've managed to fill up an entire Dragon 1. Yeah, we've got the 2 Ghost Riders and we've got 2 medics. So no one's in Dragon 3 at the moment. Would you like, how would you like that handled?
No, that's fine. I mean, if we've got 2 medics supporting 1 squad, we'll just utilize the 2 Ghost Riders as a force multiplier. I mean, both as soon as Ghost Riders have done their transport duties and things like that, they can pretty much move over to Kaz role. I mean, just wanted to check that's the little bird, hey, Sheepy?
Yeah, it's 2 miniguns with rocket pods.
Is it the cup one?
Yes, it's the cup one.
Alright.
Okay, so as I understand, Phoenix, that doesn't really attract that much sort of attention, and with the maneuverability, it's quite easy to dodge rockets.
Little birds are not for high threat environments, but I think we can manage it so that it's to save it because Pantera will get the hang of the breakwing and breaking away in the correct direction this time. I hope.
Okay.
The little bits have flares and they're pretty effective as well.
Okay, so then Ghost Rider 1, if you don't mind, seeing that you are most skilled pilot, then out of the 2, I will then task you as pretty much transport first, so you can get the troops safely on the ground, with Ghost 2 as the supporting element on Kaz, that's of course.
Yeah.
And the UH-60 can carry how many people?
Say again, Buckies?
The UH-60.
I think it's 12.
12?
Yeah.
12 on the back seats, but you're not counting some of the other seats. So it could take 14, 15 actually if you count the co-pilot seat.
Okay, so we got more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so then pretty much one trip, LZ1. You guys did read through the plan on event planning, eh?
Some of it, yes.
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah, as soon as we're done with the insertion or so and so forth, we will then consider the LZ3 as our resupply point. You'll see that LZ's Ghost Riders, you can choose if that is a more suitable LZ for you, but I've chosen probably the most level ground that I could possibly see.
Yeah, normally LZ is selected with the pilots, but I think I checked the areas. There's plenty of easy landing areas, so there's no shortage of areas.
Yeah, I think the only 2 danger LZs, 4 and 5, which is on the eastern side. That is of course the 2 that I'm worried about. That's got trees. It's only a dirt road and it's on a bit of a slant. The only reason why I consider those as an LZ is that if the yellow marker is deemed safe or there's an enemy QRF or whatever the case may be in there, we won't consider LZ 4 and 5 as an LZ point.
Is LZ 4 and 5 the orange ones?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So LZ5 is pretty much right next to that full town, and with a line of sight.
Should I take to the map screen?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
We got all the people in the slots that we need to have.
Because then you don't have to super explain, you have a map too.
Buckies, while we're talking, what's the conditions of the assault on that optional objective yellow? I see it's marked optional. What are the conditions of that?
We pretty much, when we get to the Overwatch position, as soon as the map's up, we're not going to go into the town. We're not going to investigate it. We're just going to pretty much see targets of opportunity and get Kaz to shoot the fuck out of it.
Okay.
It's not a objective, so I'm not worried too much about it. It's pretty much to peek over the mountain. Oh shit, there's some technicals. All right, get Kaz to get it knocked on.
Who's gonna be our JTAC?
I will. Oh yeah. Okay. Sherman can poke me in the right direction if I fuck something up. Because I immediately want to go. Oh wait, Sherman.
Okay,
Yes.
so in terms of radio net, the only thing that I'm worried about is you as the SL. So you're the SL, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, you as the SL means that you're probably gonna have 3 radios.
That's fine. I've handled 3 radios before.
Okay. those sort of requests will only be handled on Kaznet itself.
That's perfect. I'll have a third Ranger hovering on.
That we don't want to flood the actual net. The actual net will be between one, actual 1 and 5. Ghost Rider can of course listen into, but I think for Kaz runs, let's not flood the actual net.
No, perfect. We'll keep it on 8.
Okay.
Who's my 1-2 rifleman?
Ox.
Okay. Actually, now I have to use the M-string more, say.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure you pack the sight. We're not going to be facing any armored stuff, so you can actually take just HE rounds. We don't need heat or depth for technicals.
Okay, copy.
I'd like to remind us that we shouldn't forget about the loadouts of demo blocks. I believe Bucky's mentioned we need to carry a couple demo blocks per fire team.
Are we burning arms caches or?
Yeah, so apparently there's arms caches as well. That's part of the objectives. So if we do come across, we basically destroy it. But seeing that we're only one squad, I'll carry 2 demo blocks this year, but I'll hand it over to 1 SL once we get to that to spread the load a little bit. But ultimately, I want for us to have enough that we can deal with the other should I say enemy. When we get to certain towns, I think I'm just waiting for Toko, then everybody can see the map.
Looks like my net was a bit slow, so.
Okay. No, it's fine. So you guys will see from waypoint 1, there's an additional waypoint that I've marked called waypoint 2A and waypoint 2B. I'm not fussed in terms of how SL leads us out between either one of the two. Both of them are advantageous in their own respect. Waypoint 2A basically gives us a very good view over the field. Waypoint 2B basically gives us a sort of like a 180 degree on both sides of the hill. Then from waypoint 3 to waypoint 4, waypoint 5, we're going to cross the town. So you'll see from waypoint 4 to waypoint 5, there's a town that you can quite visibly see. When you get to waypoint 5, we're going to move to waypoint 6. Now I've called waypoint 6 Overwatch 3. It slightly differs from the plan that I've initially made. But waypoint Overwatch side is basically a perfect line of sight on the yellow marker. Waypoint 7 basically looks onto the town of Banam Air. Waypoint 8A is Overwatch position, and waypoint 8B is a second Overwatch position closer to Banam Air. So if we see that from waypoint 7 there's enemy objectives, we'll skip waypoint 8A and waypoint 8B, move straight through the town, waypoint 9. If we see that we going to be faced with some difficult challenges at the town, then we'll move over to waypoint 8A, waypoint 8B, and then basically fire them from an elevated position. So the estimated ranges that we will be engaging enemy and infantry is between 400 and 600 meters on average. That's what I'm estimating on calculations from each waypoint. But do expect the close contacts between tree lines moving from 3 to 4. Any questions?
When do we start?
Whenever you tell me to.
Well, if nobody has any questions, what's the time?
I just have one question.
Yes.
5 minutes past.
Have you identified where we'll be exfilling?
Waypoint 10, evac point.
Okay, from waypoint 10.
But I see my waypoint 10 marker is a little bit further than anticipated. So we'll just mark waypoint 10 as the blocking force. So once we see UN troops, we know that, hey, we're going to be...
Where's LZ2? Can't seem to find it.
LZ2...
Top left.
Marker's not there, but battle position 7. Phoenix?
Oh, okay.
Mark it there.
Oh, you mark it there.
It's
Thanks.
not in the map. Yeah.
Should have been there, but I understand it's not.
Just doing my flight plans.
So yeah, LZ1, LZ2, I think LZ3 is there. Yeah. So if you do get killed before waypoint before waypoint 3, then LZ2 will be your reinsertion point. If we passed waypoint 3, anybody that is killed in this reinforcement will be seen as a reinforcement. Will be dropped off at LZ3 and will regroup once we at waypoint 4 or waypoint 7. Those are the two rendezvous points. If we're that late in the mission and we're waypoint 8, then waypoint 8. So basically the 3 closest waypoints to LZ3 will be the rendezvous points for each reinforcement.
Okay.
And simple enough?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Any other questions? No. There's no questions. I've got the timer open. Go ahead.
Alrighty, good luck.
Got it, Wolf.
Alright, gentlemen, quick. We got 10 minutes to get on that bird. It needs intent. I want everyone kicked it up.
And there's the first aneurysm.
Okay.
What's wrong, Sherman?
Somebody had an aneurysm.
Remember, 5 mags and two of the colored smokes, 4 of the whites, and etc. etc.
Oh, yes.
Did I already take a fucking?
Yeah.
I did.
Right, guys, make sure you take lots of M2A3 grenades, and you also balance your ammo with 0.
Yeah, 0 I think DC just now.
Okay. So when he comes back, just balance the link between you two.
Hey Sherman, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking. It's the first time doing the medic thing, sir. Don't mind pointing a few things out.
Where the hell did my fucking NVGs go?
Well, the first thing is your backpack's already on your person with all your medical gear, and bearing that in mind because your weight's already up to like 30 something.
Yeah, then it breaks. So yes, make sure that you guys take the NVGs.
Okay.
Well, I've been talking.
All the normal guys.
Choppers there.
Protection.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
talking to everyone. Meanwhile, my echo's disabled. I feel like a fucking retard.
Cool.
There's no medical kit in here that you could pick up additionally anyway.
Okay, Pantera,
Yes.
do you see my flight plans I put on the map? The white lines?
The lines?
The white lines.
No.
Oh, okay, you don't. Okay, well, anyway, you can just follow me. I'm sure it'll be simple enough. It's strange, so I put it on
Oh,
group.
wait, I see. Yeah, it's dark, man. I see them.
Okay, that's my flight plans. We're then going to LZ1 first. So, so what you can do is, if I receive enemy fire, I'll break off, and then you engage. So just follow behind, alright?
Okay, LZ1, yeah?
Yeah.
First, okay. And then what? So I just escort you, basically.
Yeah, so you'll follow behind me.
Okay.
And then if I do take any fire, then you can return fire on the enemy quickly.
Okay.
You can see where the traces are coming from and all that.
So there's no friendlies down there.
No, there are friendlies at crash site.
Yeah, the crash site. Yeah, I mean, but and further southeast at the green line.
Right.
Okay, no copy that.
We'll probably just do normal comms on channel 1. Oh, also one other thing that's very useful, I forgot to mention. Do you have the live menu? If you press right Windows.
Wait, say again.
Maybe it's not right Windows, but if the alive, do you have the alive options menu? Think. Configure controls, configure add-ons, alive, and you'll see a open menu. Do you have that binded?
Alive, open menu, right Windows.
Yeah. Okay, well anyway, you can use that. You use that to increase view distance. So if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. Just a little trickier for you.
It makes a sound. I don't see anything now. Okay.
Okay.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I've taken a long range on Casnet, and 152 I'm gonna keep on the squad net, actual net.
Yeah. Well, for normal flying, I'll be communicating on the platoon net, and then for Kaz, yeah, I'll use the Kaz net.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll be in range that often. So I'm trying to use the strongest radio.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on both nets anyway.
Okay.
Extra 1, extra radio check.
5-5.
Okay, so Ghost Rider 1 radio check.
Ghost Rider, extra radio. 1 extra radio.
Okay, it's Ghost Rider 1. Dragon, you're clear to board. Out.
This is Ghost Rider 2. Loud and clear.
Radio 5-5, Ghost Rider 2, out.
Right, 1, start moving out, board Ghost Rider 1.
Understood.
Dragon 1, who's my ground controller over?
That'd be Lucas 8.
Affirm. 1-1 about to board.
Oh shit. Anybody specifically want the turret gun?
Okay, 1-1's all in, over.
One and one.
Pilot, all in.
Okay, this is Ghost Rider 2 egressing north west. Sorry, Ghost Rider 1, sorry.
Ghost Rider.
Okay, I'm going on flight plan now. Gonna be about 150 kph.
Copy that, Ghost Rider 1 on your 6.
Anybody want to pick up an Android device out of the crate?
Yeah, I did.
Please drop it in the recon.
Okay, why?
Because I didn't pick up one because there wasn't one in the crate.
Okay, well then I don't have one, it's fine.
Wait, then after
Yeah.
I'm Android, I'll take your Android device.
It's fine, I'm lost.
Anybody who would like to pick up an Android device, please drop it in the recon. Nice job. One.
I read you 5-5 Wolf.
Roger.
Channel 2 check. 5-5 race.
Wolf, we're on channel 3. Check for the android in the chopper.
No, we're at squad radio, so channel 2.
Who was asking for the android?
I did.
Wolf. Wolf, check.
Shot. Thank you very much.
Must have taken it by mistake.
Ah, well,
Okay, one when we depass on which coast. Both of them on the right side, helicopter.
Click start one spot.
Okay, so Ghost Rider 1, 2 clicks out.
1, 2, 3, we're dropping onto a flat base in the same area.
2 clicks.
With ridges all around us.
Sorry, Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider 2, I'm going to balance the flight now.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat that?
I'm going to balance flight now.
Copy. Seconds.
30 seconds.
Guys, we're going firm on the right hand side.
Touchdown.
Keep up.
They get up.
Ghost Rider, all clear.
Stop, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider 1 egressing north. Okay, Ghost Rider 1 is RTB.
Repeat last.
Ghost Rider 1 is RTB.
Copy. Extra one. Towards weapon 1 out.
Where do you want Ghost Rider 2 at?
I recommend you hold, just pick a control point north of the area, so you can react quickly if you need to. Just wait there. Over.
Makes sense, copy.
She's one actual radio check repairs net over.
Ghost Rider 1 reads you okay?
Ghost Rider 2.
Copy Ghost Rider 1, Ghost Rider 2. 12 out.
Let's assume that is the Antler team taking contact. Follow the traces and engage.
Good copy, actual out.
That was a good idea. Phew, Trace is still alive. It's not even that close. And I call bullshit. That is so weird.
Ghost Rider 2, are you trying to get all of Dragon Actual?
Dragon 3, this is Ghost Rider 2.
This is Ghost Rider 1, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Ghost Rider 1, this is Dragon Actual reading you on KS955.
Alright, Ghost 2, you were responding on the wrong net.
Yes.
Okay, this is Ghost Rider 1. There was a slight mishap with one of the choppers in the base, but it's fine. Ammo crate loaded on transport chopper. I'm currently in Kaz chopper. Go stay on station when you call in, sort of.
Roger that, Ghost Rider 1. The green leads at the crash site has taken sporadic contact. We're still about 400 meters. Advise that you take up one of the battle positions north of our position. Copy.
Roger, you're aware when your fire team is running along your right side past you.
Roger. Out.
Hey, firm, they provide you number one.
Yeah,
Actual, one actual, we've arrived at waypoint 1. Which order, over.
Proceed to crash site, investigate and neutralize enemy that was engaging.
Understood. Out.
Ghost Rider 2, what's the location?
I am at grid 033085. I'm one click north of LZ1.
Right, I see you on C-tab. I'm gonna hold at BP1. Since I was requested to do so. Okay, it's Ghost Rider 1 holding a BP1.
Roger, Ghost Rider. Out.
Copy, I'll let you know when I'm at BB1. Ghost 1, is that you hovering above BP1?
Yes.
Coming up on your 6 on your right.
Right, one, move on to the crash site. Have your Overwatch team provide cover. Once you guys are secured, we're going to send in 5 to assess the friendlies if they need help. We'll treat them briefly. This is not a objective, this is only a courtesy we're doing.
Understood. Right, out.
This is Ghost Rider 1. I have a suggestion. These Melbs have optic pods, so it might be more useful if I was sitting in Ghost Rider 2's co-pilot seat and use optics to assist with observation. Over.
Ghost Rider 1, that's a very good suggestion. At your earliest convenience, do that. We are engaging at contacts at the crash site. Over.
Roger, we'll be out of commission for about 4 minutes while we swap. Over.
Roger that, out.
Alright, Ghost Rider 2, let's RTB. Phew. Ghost Rider 2, do you copy? Over.
Ghost Rider 2 RTB, yes.
Actual 1 actual, Dragon 1-1 has arrived at the crash site. Call to farm dog, Roger, you have your platoon medic moving down with you. You can liaise with him once he's there, direct speak. Copy out. One actual message. Circle 1 actual. Mission time 5:28. ETA at waypoint 1 is 5:32 minutes. Wrap it up there. Let's move out to waypoint 2. Next time of arrival 5:45. Good copy, actual out. Actually, we need the survivors of the crash, yeah, or are we gonna call him one of the Ghost Riders? They were not, we were not asked to evac them. We'll just briefly treat them if they do need some help, but we're gonna move out shortly. Good copy, actual. You've got more contacts coming in, bearing 145 on the slope next to the bodies far.
It's gonna land funny. Track I was fucking up. Oh well. Alright, let's go. Yeah, track IR fucked up. Like, fill off my monitor. Oh, well,
Ouch, that's a bad one.
yeah, but it doesn't really matter landing, that's fine as long as I don't crash it. I did accidentally blow up the one Black Hawk when I was trying to get close to the crates. Apparently the rotor blades might have should have touched the wall. I don't know. It's like one tiny scratch and the thing exploded. So fortunately I didn't destroy the crates. And I preloaded one of the squad resupply crates onto the second Black Hawk. So that's ready to go.
Yeah, the armor.
One actual, your Overwatch team.
That damage model is non-existent.
Roger.
Okay.
Let's fight through this enemy and let's keep moving.
Okay, so we're going to do a high altitude hover above them. So we're going to be above BP1. And yep.
I'll have to lower my volume of this other radio.
Roger that.
No, it's fine. Press Control Shift down. Press the Control Shift down. Do you see has it lowered?
I can't hear you.
Control Shift down. Control Shift down.
Control Shift down.
Yeah. Does that work?
Down arrow.
Yes.
Oh, magic.
Headset lowered.
Yeah, that's magic.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna hover over BP1, about 700 meters altitude, so nice and high. If they do have man pads, they might engage us. In which case, the first thing you do, kill as much altitude as quickly as possible to gain speed and chaff and flares. It's only really a threat with man pad vehicles. The infantry are shitty at detecting like choppers at high altitude. So it's mainly the radar equipped vehicles which aren't any with the enemy arsenal. The enemy only has infantry. So nice and high above BP1.
Okay, I've unlocked controls.
Now get my fucking bearing. Yeah, if we're going to be high, we might as well just make it very high to be difficult for the enemy infantry to engage us.
Ah, copy.
It's being very high is a bad idea if the enemy has radar-equipped anti-air vehicles, which they don't. There's actually a ceiling for man-pad equipped systems that tested back in Arma 2. It's probably still valid in Arma 3. I think it's like 1500 meters or something. Okay, you're drifting a bit.
Looking for one action. One action.
Okay, they are bearing 203. They are bearing 203, 1.2, 1.3 clicks. Where's my fucking bearing here? Ah, there we go.
Roger, waypoint
203. Right, I see that. Okay, it needs to be quite a bit higher. So yeah, let's bring it to 1.5 clicks. Because I can't see them over the hills.
Okay.
This is Ghost. Oh, actually, I'll change the cars. This is Ghost Rider. We have eyes on you.
intent, we are moving to waypoint 2B, commencing onto waypoint 3. Confirm you have got eyes on our next waypoint and if there's any sort of danger for us. Ghost Rider.
Wait, 1. Say again, your next waypoint is a 2B, over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider. Waypoint 2B, over.
Wait, 1 out. This is so confusing. Ah, okay. 185. All those numbers. Okay, Dragon, we have eyes on your next waypoint, no enemies, over.
Roger that, out.
There is a shit ton of enemies to your south. We'll mark and Blue Force tracker momentarily. Out.
Actual, there's a shit ton of enemies to our south from waypoint 2B. Ghost Rider will be marking them out. For now, let's proceed. Waypoint 2B seems to be clear.
Shit ton is a
once we
military
reach
ship.
waypoint 2B, let's just do a quick smell and then move to waypoint 3.
Okay, we're still driving.
Roger on all extra out.
To 1.5, right?
Yeah, we don't need to go any higher. If you want, you can. It'll actually be maybe a little bit helpful.
See, this is where normal throttles suffer to do this. That precise hovering altitude, you go either up or down usually.
Yeah, no, I do have difficulty with the gamepad with hovering. It's very good for tight, quick maneuvering and stuff like that. So it's really good for that. But for hovering, it's terrible.
Not because it centers, eh?
No, I have a very different experience with my gamepad controller. It's more because my cyclic is very short. So it's
very sensitive.
Yeah, it's if I need to quick rapid movements, it's amazing. But you know, the small adjustments not, and I can't keep it. I can keep it in position manually with my thumb, but not so easily. Unfortunately, the game controls I wanted to, the flight controls I wanted to get, heli kits, that they seem to have gone out of business. So I don't think I can get that.
I will never in my life buy anything without magnet sensors again.
What kind of sensors?
Hall sensors, magnet sensors.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's very accurate.
One actual.
Central actual, 1 actual.
Confirm you can see Ghost Rider's markings. Looks like those 4 enemy squads or fire team markings close to waypoint 3.
Understood. I advise cast run over the motor.
Roger that. I'll start calling it in.
Copy out.
I can take down the CAS for you.
Ghost Rider, this is actual.
What about CAS?
That group of enemies that you've marked out seems to be clustered close to one another. Confirm you can do an effective CAS run on them.
It might. I don't see any obvious civilians, but it might be. It's a built-up area. So actually, no. I do see a civilian in one of the huts nearby. So it's probably a bad idea to engage the area blindly. Over.
Roger. We'll move in closer to see if we can, but be on standby for a immediate CAS run support then.
One recommendation is if you do engage them, you pull back. If you draw them out in the open, it should be easy for us to kill them. Over.
Roger, we'll use that recommendation for now. Out. Alright, one actual, let's start moving down. There's civilian in that compound. We cannot do a CAS run, but we can draw them out for a CAS run out in the open. We'll use that as our next move.
Roger that, actual. I've just quickly been scouting that area, and the one compound that is 700 meters bearing 240 from waypoint QB has definite confirmed hostile machine weapons. Over.
Roger, what timestamp?
Stand by.
You can give 6 grid reference as well.
Extra 1 extra, timestamp 0537, grid coordinate 0452-036, 8, over.
Roger, scene. Okay, let's start moving closer to waypoint 3, let's start engaging contacts, let's start pulling them out.
Myself, over.
Talking with each other still.
Additional information, the compound that has the rice fields or the wheat fields, over.
Yeah, Roger, I can see also a whole bunch of them, I mean there's a whole bunch of infantry. I see one enemy technical as well, with a Dushcam break.
I also have eyes on the patrol moving back towards the wheat field. We're talking about Shinford and Castron, in my opinion, actual, over.
Roger, just assessing the situation quickly.
Dragon, this Ghost Rider, there is a technical timestamp 0540 at the easternmost town to your southeast, over.
Roger, Ghost Rider, we've actually seen that right now. Confirm he's next to a shed with a whole bunch of infantry.
That is correct, over.
Roger, I've checked the buildings from where I'm standing. I don't see any enemy. Can we proceed by a CAS run onto the technical as a primary objective?
It's a built-up area, it's the same problem again. It would be impossible to take out the technical without causing damage to the buildings around it, over.
Okay, roger that. We're going to be moving in Dragon 1 squad to a closer position. If we do get engaged, the technical is then primary target for you.
Break. I see a cruiser weapon, either a HMG or mortar. Timestamp, wait one. Timestamp 0540. It's in a field, and they are out in the open. Can engage with CAS, over.
Roger, 0540 CAS mortar position. You may proceed with CAS run on that.
Roger out. Okay,
okay, one actual.
Put on side.
CAS is
vehicle shafts.
not going to do a CAS run on the technical. We can engage when we're in a close position with our rockets. They are tasking on the engagement on a enemy mortar position in the open field.
Understood, one extra. Be advised, 1-2 is to spot additional infantry bearing 205. Also with marked with a large motor vehicle.
Okay.
50 car and then,
Pantera, do you look on the map? Do you see where I marked the red line?
Yes, Roger.
You see it goes south, and then just when it curves away, you'll see a circle with X. That's is it what it is. It's like a yellowish field.
In the open.
And there's enemy mortar in that position in the field where the road loops around. There's a hairpin. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So engage the area with like maybe 4 rockets.
Roger that.
On the south side of it, you'll see a small camp with like stuff. The mortars over there as the prime targets. So we're going to engage that egress west. All right. Are you good?
Okay. What is the target?
Enemy mortar, so like the guy crouching on a piece of equipment. There's also a clump of infantry just like 50 meters north of him. primary target is that water. It's the south end, the part closer to us. Okay, so yeah, just follow the flight plan. I'll guide you in.
X-ray interrogative, you understand?
Let me know. Let me know.
I'm just gonna go much lower.
Yes.
Roger.
Let me know as soon as you see it.
We need to find some sort of cover.
It doesn't be that low.
B
What's
and
important
waypoint
here
3,
is speed.
we can
more than anything else.
properly engage it.
Also, lower your headset just in case. Lower your headset just in case, so you don't get distracted.
What's the keybind again?
Control Shift down. Okay, this is Ghost Rider inbound. Okay, keep your altitude up. Okay, it's your front, like left, like front, a little bit left. Bearing 210, 210. Do you see? That field right there. A little to your right now. Do you see him?
Eyes on.
Fire, fire, fire. Okay, egress west, remember.
West, copy.
That's east. Oh, sorry, that's west. Sorry, my bad. Okay, now carry on, carry on. Get north quick. Because we're flying into the enemy. My bad. Okay, okay, actually break south, break south, break south. We're gonna fly over a shit ton of enemies. Break south. Don't have eyes on yet. Over.
Roger, confirm, have you been engaged by enemy AA?
Negative. We broke the wrong direction, my fault. But we haven't. We're staying away and low from enemies, so we haven't received any fire yet. Over.
Roger that. We might use.
Okay. Now go east and then high up, and then go back to BP1.
East high.
Yeah, actually.
High up.
Yeah. Now it's safe to go. It's safe to stay high now. Let's go to BP2. East. Don't fly over the enemies, and then once we're a couple of clicks east, then we'll go straight north to BP2. So start gaining altitude now. I don't think the enemy has man pads.
We'll soon find out.
If you have speed, then it's kind of survivable. Okay. I don't have eyes on the enemy. The mortar position is just outside my arc that I can turn the camera. Okay, just go straight north now. Overflying friendly positions now. Friendly BMPs below us. Higher. Okay, northwest, BB2.
Copy that, actual. 2 on the Overwatch. 1-1 is currently moving closer to the first hostiles.
One actual, just time.
Okay, what altitude?
5 mission time.
What will the BP2
We're
now?
Furby.
Face
Where
south,
we are
face southwest, and gain
did not
altitude.
anticipate this many hostiles.
We'll try and find where they are.
We still have this hill in the way.
Okay, never mind. Okay, this is Ghost Rider. Have eyes on enemy position. BDA 100%. Actually, there's one guy still alive, but mortar position is down. Over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider. Good effect on all. Out.
All right. So you killed everyone except one guy who's not important.
Yeah, I actually only hit 2 rockets and I was on my pedals and the other 2 just went way right over them.
Oh yeah, no, because over is where the main infantry body was. Your first rocket was close enough to actually kill the mortar.
Yeah. Yeah, that first 2 was...
Extra one extra, I see a group of 4 infantry standing outside my tree. I would advise that would be the first target if we're going to put in a...
Altitude good or higher?
I need to draw the rest of the troops from the village towards that location. I'll copy.
Copy, is it only 4-man team?
A 4-man team all armed, but from my eye counting I can see at least another good worth of enemies within the compound, over.
This is Ghost Rider. I have eyes on your laser and those 4 men. That looks like a good target.
Actual Ghost Rider has eyes on my laser. Can you proceed with the Castron, over?
Roger that, permission engaged.
Ghost Rider, you're clear to proceed with Castron on marked on laser. Out.
Okay, another Kaz run. Yeah, you don't have to use your... I'll do the radio comms for you, so don't worry about that. You can always keep it down. So, bearing 236... bearing 236, 3 clicks. You'll see a road hairpin going like... the road comes in from the west and it comes in from the left and goes back left, so like 180-degree turn. And on the north side of that, there's a group of 4 infantry, just to the right of a cluster of buildings. Let me actually show on the map. If I can fucking figure out... Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, do you see... let me just delete the old one. Do you see my circle? It's to our southwest on the map.
No.
Wait, one?
Wait, where are you? Oh, there, yeah. The red one.
Yes, do you see my pointing?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we just come in straight for that, egress north.
Egress west.
North.
North. Copy?
Yes. So basically right.
So it's southwest.
Yeah, southwest. Heading is 237. 237, 3 clicks. Okay, go when ready. The Dragon, the Ghost Rider is inbound.
Copy that, Ghost Rider, out.
Remember, keep your you have very high altitude, so keep your collective to the minimum.
Is it by the buildings?
To the right of the buildings. Other side of the road, to the right of the buildings. Watch your speed, don't overspeed, or you'll die. More right.
No.
Okay, go around again.
I can't go down.
Okay, we're going around again. Turn gently. Go around.
We went too high.
Ghost Rider, out.
Fast.
Taking fire from the left.
Seen small arms only though. Let's go around again any angle you want, but do you know roughly the area that I wanted you to engage? Did you see?
Yeah, the buildings, it's right side of that compound over there.
Yeah, our right, yeah. So go around again, and then we'll do it.
Ghost Rider, we've got 3 enemy infantries, all with Eagles, looking in your general vicinity in the middle of the road.
Do you know roughly where they are?
double check.
No, I'm talking to Dragon.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Did you see the explosion?
Negative.
Enemy technical has been destroyed, Ghost Rider. Follow traces in the road. Enemy use God with Eagles.
Should we cancel our targets? Is Kieran going?
If you still have the target with you, you can proceed with your CAS run. We're engaging the enemy with Eagles.
Okay, it's bearing 296 on the road. Enemy's on the road now. Whoa, shit. Okay, egress. Keep your speed up. Altitude down. Dive down here. On the side of the mountain.
Ghost Rider, you've taken about 4 or 5 rockets to your location on your X-form.
Really?
Ghost
Tell me more.
Ghost Rider didn't die of a missile, he died of a fucking heart attack.
Well, there won't have any more.
Roger, Ghost Rider has our tactic of making the enemy run out of ammunition is successful.
And that was like, what, 7 missiles?
5, I think. I counted 5, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot. They were just coming in pairs.
Yeah, let's just carry on. Let's just do observation. Yeah? Okay, let's go high up here, face south, and let's do observation.
One actual confirm that UCAS can.
So at least one click high, facing south. Nice observation.
That CAS can now be laid off. Copy that. Street gates effectively. They can stand down on any CAS until further notice.
Okay, it's Ghost Rider. We're boarding CAS right now. We're just going to do observation for you, over.
Roger, Ghost Rider. Copy on all. Out.
Historically, the tactic I find most successful with little birds is to weave between the trees if you're under fire. I've never actually been taken out that way before.
Yeah, you dodge those missiles. They tend to sometimes hit the trees.
No, you did an excellent job. Not just that, the enemy, if they don't have line of sight through the trees, they won't engage you. It blocks and breaks contact.
Oh, you mean, yeah. Yes. Yeah, they can't get time to lock on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more for like machine gun fire. If you're under fire from HMGs, it's one of the best things, other than actual hill blocking you. Okay.
Yeah, I love low level quite fun.
Yeah, but yeah, you did a very good job dodging those.
Okay. As I said, pilot didn't die of missile. He died of fucking heart attack.
Well, I hope you're wearing diapers. As in, if you shat yourself in there.
Well, the thing is, I pick him up on the radar, then I see, oh shit, okay, there's 2 more coming, so I have to counter left, right for this one, left for that one, right for the next one.
What is your next move?
Dragon 1
well, that's what I
will
usually
proceed
do.
to 1-1's location, where they will provide a massive fire. 1-1 will
what
then
altitude?
and draw out the fire. We are taking too long on the seal, however.
2, fine.
This is fine. Dragon, I don't know which technical you destroyed, but the technical I saw originally is still active and it's the SPG one. However, it's not moving towards you, so it's safe for now, over.
Roger, Ghost Rider, can you confirm the timestamp marker on the technical position?
Wait, one? timestamp 0540. It's actually a number of them, but it's the one inside the south end of the main town to the east of the large field. Over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider. Good confirm on last. Out.
Okay, Dragon Forces, you have 2 enemy infantry to the left side of the road of that field you're engaging, you're assaulting. Fucking track ions.
I set my IR strength to max. Might be a mic boom is in the way or something.
Yeah, I don't have a mic boom.
Oh, you have one of those sexy table
No.
professional
Oh,
mics.
oh yeah, sorry, you're talking about the mic boom from the headphones. Oh yeah, no, I do have that.
Ghost Rider, can you confirm traces moving on to our position?
Yes, traces coming from your south, the larger town. However, it's they're quite far. No enemies moving onto you from there. Over.
Roger, the tracer fire that we get are quite accurate. Confirm that it's possible for you to do a CAS run on those 2 positions.
Negative. They're pretty much all inside buildings and built-up area. Over.
Okay, roger that. We're moving then.
There's an explosion. What was that flash? Did you see the flash here by the gravel road directly in front of us? Dead ahead. Gravel road running from left to right. Is that friendlies? Yeah.
I'm looking. I will see all the smoke plumes.
Yeah, you see those traces? Those
Yeah.
green traces?
Yeah, there's a friendly.
Dead ahead.
There's a friendly position. Dragon, timestamp 0603, 2 infantry prone on the road between, prone between the road and the field. Over.
Ghost Rider, send last timestamp again?
0603, over.
0603, roger. They've been suppressing us quite well.
Yeah, fuck, those are the enemies we could have killed earlier. Maybe we can do it from far away and break. Do you know roughly where those guys are I'm talking about?
Which guys?
2 enemy infantry suppressing friendlies. I don't know if do you have your Blue Force tracker working, your C-tab?
Apparently it's the wrong C-tab, but
Okay, well pretty much it's that area trying to engage before, same area.
2 enemies prone to 240 suppressing us on the hill.
yeah, I see where the explosions are on the opposite side of that road. By that compound, that building.
Yeah, so in that area, so between the field and the road, just east of those explosions, just to the right of those explosions a little bit, between the road and the field, there's 2 guys sitting there suppressing our guys.
Okay, there's a wall or something there, right?
Yeah, there's a low wall which surrounds a green field. So between the closest point from that green field to the road, between those 2 points, is 2 enemy infantry. Do you see that?
Yeah, well, I can't see them.
Okay, but do you see that point I'm talking about?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, maybe we should rocket it from as far away as you feel comfortable and then pull back. Can you do that?
Rocket it from far? Yeah.
Or maybe not from here, but get a bit closer until you're comfortable to shoot accurately and then break away. So don't overfly. Okay, this is Ghost Rider. We're going to, we believe we can, from further away, rocket those infantry suppressing you and then break away. Over.
Ghost Rider, this is actual permission granted.
Okay, we can go
Please
ahead.
proceed.
So,
Note we are
201 bearing.
approaching the last time temperature 0603 to insult the enemy danger close. Confirm that is not your last location.
Roger, I see your location. Okay, it's going to be danger close.
Ghost Rider, be advised that if you're to proceed with the closer support run, you will be danger close on 1-1's location, over.
We see you.
Where in this compound? No.
Just south of the compound. Okay. Okay, never mind, we're breaking off. Okay, it was so you had the circular compound, right? Do you remember that?
There's the one with the wall, yeah?
Yeah, the wall that makes a circle that goes around a field, an agricultural field with plants.
One. Yeah, the horseshoe to the yeah.
Yeah, just in front of that, towards us, between the road, like between that and the road, there's the two enemy.
Oh, the other side, the other road.
Yes, the far road. Between the far road and that round field, that's the enemy. The all circular one. Okay, more to the right, lower. Okay, and then break off. Okay, yeah, you were almost there, but this time it's just close to the road. Yes, those guys. Okay, keep low in case the enemies are lock on you. Use the trees as cover. Okay, so you can go around again.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ghost Rider going around again.
Roger that, Ghost Rider.
Okay, so good hit. Egress.
Ghost Rider cannot visually confirm, but run appears to have succeeded, over.
Yeah, I saw the rockets land right on their position.
Sorry, copy out.
Right, because let's start moving your teams together, they're too far apart.
Okay, we've got 50% fuel, we're still good.
Yeah, yeah, still good. Plus we're back up a little bit.
Still have lots of ammo.
Yeah, we're lucky that Sheepy gave us the little bird, or at least changed the armament with the large rocket pods. Because rockets are the only thing that I find really useful in little birds, except for something like Hellfires and daggers.
Oh, the ones with the 12 rockets.
Yeah, those ones that, like the vanilla one, those ones are, but yeah, it doesn't last so long. Remember to face. Yep. Remember to face south.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm hitting my pedals all the way left. It doesn't turn left.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for it to balance out. There we go. For interest sake, these pedals are set to the first tick on sensitivity, just the first click up. And look at this, it's crazy. That's the Arma settings, it's so mad.
Very twitchy.
Oh, it's very sensitive in Arma.
Actually, that first rocket you did that missed the target. Actually, it's some other target, I think.
Yeah, I saw stuff, I could see there's people, but I don't know if they're dead or alive, and then as we flew over him, I saw him actually shoot.
I can almost make out their names, some Zamsho names.
Really? From here?
Yeah, if you zoom in far enough, yeah. The Zamsho name is supposed to simulate if you can actually identify people in real life. So if you have a good enough optics, then you should be able to.
Interesting. Somebody popped red smoke there.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, this is actual. Can you start getting the resupplies at LZ3 for us?
I could, however, you're still quite a long ways away from it. Do you want to like break contact west and head along the ridgeline? Over.
Roger that, we could. We are about to move into the town we're assaulting. There's still one or two sporadic contacts that we're getting before we can break. But we'll break west. We'll mark a new LZ point. Could we mark the between battle position 6 and LZ3 that road?
Yeah, it's a little steep in places, but I think it can work. Over.
Roger. Wherever you can get in a proper LZ, make a makeshift LZ as a resupply point.
Roger out.
Are they engaging now further down the road?
Can you go a bit higher? I just want to try and spot the resupply LZ. Actually, up to 2 clicks.
Copy.
There you go, that's helpful.
LZ3?
No, not LZ3, it'll be a new LZ.
Oh.
Between LZ3 and BP6. It's on that road. I'm trying to get a bit of eyes on the road, like the hairpin and shit like that. Okay, I think I see...
It's about 3 kilometers, eh?
3 kilometers, yeah, a little over 3 kilometers from us.
2.5, yeah, maybe 3.
From us, actually from us, like between 3 and 4. It's a nice, I can see a really nice spot, but that one's pretty close to the enemy.
Oh, you need to select a spot for him.
Yeah, okay, now I think I see a spot. Okay, so going here, first hit pin was coming back. Man, let's look at the map instead of C-tab. Yeah, okay.
Bucky's is losing connection.
Fine, looks they can take a shot. Bucky's has this all the time. Zemrazine always helps them out. See, I don't know if this is flat from what we're looking at, but it looks goodish. Yeah, that'll do. Dragon, this is Ghost Rider, over.
This is a 1 extra standing for extra, over.
I believe Rain Actual
Roger,
has
have
just disconnected.
ULZ timestamp 0617, you suggested LZ, just southwest of BP6, over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider 1. We still currently being engaged at the town we just liberated, but we might be able to make use of your possession once again.
Roger out.
Base of reference, are you within the AO, over?
Yeah, we are at BP1, over.
Understood. Do you see the tower 800 meters southeast of the village we are occupying, over?
Wait, one. It's like almost like a castle tower kind of thing, but like a single room 2-story building, over.
If you were catch on that, that would be wonderful.
Sorry, so this is like a single room but 2 stories, over.
Yes, it does look like that, but I think there's a snap on the very top floor.
We have eyes on it, over. Okay. Kaz, run. Wait, one. Okay, do you see the new mark I placed? It's just to the south. It's like a clicks like 800 meters south of waypoint 3. Do you see it on the map?
South of waypoint 3, give a sec. Yes?
Okay, engage that area with rockets. You have these 2-story buildings, there's 2 of them. Engage the roof of the closest one with rockets.
Give me a sec, let me
Ghost
just
Rider,
get
this
an eyes
is
on
actual, I'm back on it.
it. Is that there?
Roger, in the middle of
Other side
Kaz,
road, up
right?
the hill.
Yeah, so it's on the hill to the left of the road, the road that's like turning away from it, and there's 2 tall buildings. The closer one hit the roof of that.
Actual Ghost Rider has provided us with the new LZ timestamp 06
Egress?
Ghost Rider inbound. Yeah, so bearing 194 now.
Roger, 0617 seen on CTAB.
There's buildings, 2 buildings up there.
Yes, 2 buildings. Hit the roof of the closest one.
The closest one, copy.
Yes. Okay, one more. Okay, ceasefire. Egress. Yeah, egress right. Okay, probably uses Valley to the front left to duck away. It's good to escape this way. And we can actually let's carry on. Let's overfly our LZ. That one suggested. Okay. Yeah, LZ. Yeah, it looks okayish. Can you go north? Straight north now. Let's overfly our LZ properly. But I didn't get a good look. So yeah. Yeah, straight north. Let's head bearing 3, bearing 016. Bearing 016.
Copy 016.
Okay, I'm getting a good look. Yeah, it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. Just land on the road. It's kind of flat, no trees. Just hills to the left and right, but not on the road. Okay, we're good. Okay, go back to whatever BP you want. Maybe let's try BP6. Might get an interesting angle. So you don't have to go as high on BP6. Probably like 300 meters will do.
Yeah, it should be okay. One thing I should do is find my bloody push to talk on here. That works for TS.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, message.
Send over.
We have a suspicion we're being shot at from compound, grid reference 047031, about 800 meters from us. Can you confirm any sighting?
Wait, one. Is that 037041? Say grid again, over.
047031, over.
Yeah, that's the compound we just engaged with a rocket run. We'll do a BDA now, over.
Roger that, out.
5 actual CMT.
Can you go a bit higher? I want to see the guy you engage on the roof of that building if he's still alive. I see someone up there. I don't know if he's dead or not. Don't have a clear view.
Copy.
DMT 25 actual.
Oh, that's an old castle ruin or something.
Yeah. I think he's still alive. Fuck.
Yeah, the building is not destroyed.
Okay, he's still alive. We're going to re-engage. Yeah, re-engage the building, the roof. There's still a guy sniping our guys up there. That same building, the one on the left now. And then egress, behind west behind us.
Way easy on top.
Yeah, on the roof of the building on the left. Yeah, a little more. Closer, more. Okay, get out, get out. Egressing south is safest. Yeah, this is the worst egress possible.
Oh, that wasn't far enough.
No, I mean we egress right over the enemy positions. So if we egress either west or south, or right or behind us, left is the worst. Okay, get back.
I didn't bank far enough.
That's fine. Get back over to an overwatch position, and then we will. It's a fuck ton of enemies to our left right now. Yeah, get back to an overwatch position, and we'll see if he's still alive.
Ghost Rider, this is actual. Is it possible that you guys can do an evac for us and move us closer to the resupply point? We're not taking any contact, nor do you, from our position.
It's probably not advisable because they'll be right in front of like several enemy squads. Let me just check the enemy concentration.
Roger that. Waiting on your last.
Okay, I can see RPG gunners on the roof. Two RPG gunners on the roof. Multiple infantry in a building. Yeah, and all those guys are in the compounds just to the southeast of you, so they would have clear view of a chopper if we landed on your location.
Roger. They're moving on foot.
Yes, you got the guy, finally. Alright, Dragon, we can confirm we have killed the guy on the roof of that tower, over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider. Any targets of opportunity that you can see moving from 3 to 4, feel free to engage for now.
Roger out.
Oh, we got 4,000 762s and 5 rockets.
Okay, well, if you want... wish I can mark these targets for you. Okay, so pretty much on the road bearing 65. So on the near side of the road, there's a field with walls. It's segmented into 1, 2, 3. It's like a circular field with 3 segments. Other side of the road, to the front right, is looks like a water hole in the middle of a field, a circular field, with a wall going through it, and then a small building, 2-room building to the left of that. Do you see those? The first road bearing 6-3 from us.
Yeah?
Yeah, do you see on the other side of the road, front left, a low but long 2-story building, 2-room building, and to the right of that is a circular field with a pond in the middle.
Oh, yeah, there looks like a tree in the middle of that field.
Well, there's like a circular, actually, it's not a pond, actually.
Is it a pond? Yeah, I see that, yeah.
I assume that it's actually dry, so it's not a pond, but it could be a pond.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it looks like a tree inside it or something.
If you take the point in between those two, and then you go down onto the road, there's one guy with the igla over there.
On the road?
Yes. He's prone on the road. Okay, try kill him with guns. Send over.
Gun.
From afar.
Your little bird, can it carry 1 additional reinforcement in base?
Negative, I'm taking up that seat. If we RTB and I get out, then yes, over.
Roger that. Would you be able to do that to get the reinforcement resupplied at the location of your resupply point? Then we can get him to bring ammo for us.
I'm going to be dropping a whole crate over there, and I'll be using the main transport chopper, so wouldn't it not make more sense? I can probably land closer to you guys, but like on the hills or something like that. I'll try to find a spot as close to you possible. Over.
Roger that. Is that for the reinforcement or resupply?
Both. Over.
Roger. Whatever you deem safe on your side, we'll move to your location. Over.
Roger out. Oh, Dragon, are you guys assaulting the compound to your southeast? The southeast, over?
Roger that. The compound, last time step, I'll mark it on C-tab. We're moving to compound 0629 timestamp.
Roger. That actually could be a good LZ if we just land to the west of that. Let me just confirm that, over.
Roger that. Guys?
No, I didn't get him.
Don't worry about it. We'll just
No,
stay.
the Stinger rocks.
Just stay in Overwatch. Just trying to. That'll work. Alright, Dragon, timestamp 0629, just west of the compound you're going to. ULZ, over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider. We'll advise you when we're in that position.
Roger out. Okay, so we got a new LZ. I got a new LZ. That's a lot closer. It's on their way. Let me just observe for our guys.
What, try again?
I'm gonna observe for our guys, but got a new LZ that's a lot closer.
What do we need to do?
I'll stay here for now, but then we'll go back to base and I'll pick up the Blackhawk.
Oh, okay. Is it just the slope of this hill that makes it look as if we're hovering skew?
Yeah, hold on.
It's slope.
Trying to see an enemy. Yeah, that's it. Dragon, timestamp 0631. Enemy, a single enemy man in courtyard to your east. Over.
Roger that. 1 times in courtyard. Out.
Is that flare system, does it have does it auto stabilize?
Yeah, kind of.
Ghost Rider, this is actual confirmed. Oxman was the reinforcement. If he doesn't reconnect, then just a resupply run, please.
Roger out. Dragon timestamp 0632. A few enemy infantry left on the field, watching your direction of it. Right, you killed that man in the courtyard I cited earlier.
Confirm 0632, is that the next two men that you mentioned?
Correction, 3 men, over.
Correction, 3 men, roger that. Huh.
Still a fuck ton of enemies to kill. Sheepy said it wouldn't take long. If we had Apache, it wouldn't take long.
Oh yeah. But then you won't need much infantry.
Yeah.
Friendlies.
Well, I mean, if you need to not rubble and clear buildings, then you'll still need to have some people go in.
A 30mm is fun though.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the enemies just fine. If I just press the left mouse button and kill them, that'll be great. Okay, Dragon, I don't see any more enemies in your path towards your RV point. Should we RTB so I can change choppers, over?
Roger that, RTB, we're moving out.
Roger out. Okay, RTB.
Copy east.
Yeah, well, just go north, circle around the AO, and then east back to base. Okay, I'm going to just update my flight plan. don't think I'll need any more of these ones. Okay, I'm just going to be AFK 4 minutes.
Copy that.
Alright, back. Also, you notice that we're not doing any of the 9 lines of JTAC stuff because I'm basically your JTAC sitting next to you. So we're designating our own targets. The closest...
Yeah, I'll just... It helps a lot.
Yeah, the closest thing... Yeah, obviously, it's, the closer your JTAC is to you, the better. The closest thing to what we're actually doing would be a Type 3, so... But Type 3 is also the easiest to do. I mean, for the JTAC to do, to observe, it just says, enemies in the area, go kill them. I mean, there's still this 9 line, but it's more or less what it boils down to. Send over.
Advise your approach to from a westerly to easterly direction. We will be low ground as soon as possible.
Roger, I'm going to be flying in the valley from west to east, over.
Roger, that's a good approach.
Out. You can land in the closest one if you want. And to save time...
I want to refuel.
Well, you can take my little bird if you want. It's got full fuel.
Oh, okay.
Let me just quick check if Ox wants to join, but like, that's pretty much near the end, so no point asking to join. Yeah. See by the way you're landing there, proper flight controls. Well, kind of. Okay, Ghost Rider 2, I'm going to be egressing northwest now.
Roger, we can mark our location with the
Sorry, I was talking to Ghost Rider 2, so don't mark anything now, over.
Yeah, Roger.
Ghost Rider 2 radio check. Ghost Rider 2 radio check, over. Ghost Rider 2 radio check, over. Ghost Rider 2 radio check. Ghost Rider 2 radio check.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong radio.
Roger, okay, I'll be going 200 clicks along new flight plan marked on map.
Copy that. Oh, there we go. I'm on comms.
Dragon, are you guys at LZ now, over? Okay, Dragon, say again, over. Dragon, do you read, over?
Is high level trees about 5 in about 100 meter radius. Terrain is sloped left and right.
Okay, I didn't get most of your transmissions. You're breaking up. I'm heading towards the LZ I pre-designated, the LZ I chose. Are you guys at the LZ now, over?
We're about 150 meters to the east of the LZ.
Okay, I'll need someone to come and unload the crate, over.
Roger, I'm here.
This is CMT to D5.
LZ mark,
Send.
smoke bomb.
1 to FTL, KIA, the rest are good, over.
Roger, is that the one hit by friendly fire?
Affirmative.
I'm not landing on top of I'm landing lower down.
Roger that, it's okay.
Roger, your free return, our supply drop has arrived.
Touchdown. Also, Bucky's the LZ brief is to specify new LZs that the pilot hasn't seen. If I've seen a marked LZ myself, then I don't need a brief of it.
Roger that out. Alright, Dragon 1, Dragon 2, resupply crates on
fire from rear right. Ghost Rider 2, I'm just going to be hovering northwest of the AO just to wait for pickup for them to request me over.
Roger Ghost Rider, we're going to move to waypoint 4 and then evac to LZ3 to end mission.
But that was going to be the next question. I was talking to Ghost Rider 2, but that wasn't my next question, so Roger asked. Ghost Rider 2 to get my last over.
Yes, I copied your last.
Dragon, say again where the final pickup LZ over.
Final LZ will be LZ3 on top of the hill, Ghost Rider.
Roger. Remember to use the single explosive charge in the resupply crates to destroy what remains and not leave it for the enemy, over.
Roger that, Ghost Rider, out.
Ghost 2 on your left.
away. Detonation on crate 30 seconds.
Roger.
Ghost Rider, this is actual. We're bypassing waypoint 4. We're moving to evac point LZ3. Copy last.
Detonation in approximately
You're
40
moving to
seconds.
LZ3, over.
Roger that. Yeah, evac at LZ3.
Okay, out.
Ghost Rider, this is one actual requesting pickup ETA 5 mics.
Roger, I'm sitting pretty ready to go as soon as your assembly area is reached, over.
Roger that. Out. Ghost Rider, this is actual assembly point reach.
Roger. I'm beginning my approach. When I'm 2 clicks out, then requesting smoke.
Of the LZ.
Sorry, I spoke over you. I didn't get you lost, but I'm beginning my approach now. When I'm 2 clicks out, then send smoke. Over.
Roger, Ghost Rider, blue smoke, out.
Alright, 2 clicks out. I see you, but no smoke. I'm gonna land near you. Touchdown.
I'm in.
One, two on board.
All up.
Ghost Rider all in.
Ghost Rider 2, we're egressing northwest.
Copy, Ghost Rider on your 6.
I'm gonna be trying to maintain 200.
I changed my resolution and I've just lost it.
Yeah, I'm still on the end of the flight plan on the map.
Far behind you, okay, eyes on.
Double clickable. Double clickable. 5 and ja, hij gaat. Het is maar weer double click.
This is Ghost 2, I'm on your 4 o'clock.
Roger, seen now. Touchdown.
Get up.
That's cool.
Alright, I take it you had fun with iPad.
Guys, let's line up in front of the healer.
Hey, Buckies.
Yeah.
When you're done with your screenshot, I also want to try something if you don't want standing there as well. When you're done with yours.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you're blocking my picture, Wolf.
Rip or Wolf?
Wolf.
Wolf.
Phoenix, just move a little bit to your left and in between you and Race. And then Africa, just move a little bit to your left, make space for Pantera to come in. Yeah, I'll move right.
Okay.
Or actually, technically, wait, I also should actually take my helmet off. Or hat off.
You died?
Yeah, so I was landing a little close to those crates, and apparently the main rotors might have touched the wall, but I checked afterwards and it was like so far away. It's like some weird armor thing. I think it gently scraped the concrete and it exploded.
Alright, so I'm taking a screenshot. One more.
Okay, when you're done, come stand here quickly, Buckies.
Done.
Okay, Phoenix, we'll just pretend that you were just shot down by one of the 7 English shot at you.
The good and bad news is that we have very accurate people on 1-1, but the bad news is friendly fire.
Very accurate.
Yeah. Almost done. Just trying something. Okay.
What are you doing?
I was trying to
take
take
a photo with Zeus.
We were trying to take one, but
Yeah,
it doesn't work that well.
The Zeus ones don't look so good. So,
Yeah.
just hashtag missions now.
Yeah, it's already done. I don't know why it's taking so long.
It takes a while.
Like 10 seconds or so.
Hi, thanks, Shippy. That's
Cool.
awesome.
User left your channel. Switched. User joined your channel.
Uh-oh.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
That was fun. When is the other missions?
Do I start?
No, Bucky.
Well,
I did.
yeah, well, so everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think the Phoenix is just gonna guide me a little bit with the AAR. What's the first thing?
Briefly, what happened?
Okay, so briefly, what happened is inserted, no problems. Distance to first waypoint obviously was quite a bit of running in this mission. The Delta team sustained 2 tier 5 casualties, but we managed to help and assist the enemy attack. Moved over to the next set of waypoints. Very little action for that matter. Got bogged down with on waypoint 3. We got a lot of suppressor fire from the enemy that had obviously sighting on us. Waypoint 2B proved to be a good overwatch, but also proved to be a bit of a problem when we had to move into the town on the reverse slope of the mountain with very little cover. And from there onwards, we took sporadic contact, dealt with them, had some ammo caches that we saw, placed explosives, didn't detonate because we took the wrong clacker. And yeah, we had 2 friendly incidents. KIA's blue and blue fire. Yeah, and then we extracted. What went right? The cohesion between the Ghost Rider and Actual, as well as one Actual calling in for CAS runs. The team suppressing the Overwatch positions, suppressing the enemy okay-ish. I won't call it effectively. The dealing with contacts once we've managed to pinpoint them. The medics were on point. I don't think we lost anyone due to medics being late on a casualty. I think that's it for what went right.
Okay, what went wrong? Or otherwise?
What went wrong? The 2 fire teams didn't really have good support for one another. Distance was too far apart from one another. The macro terrain was held, and then we lost as soon as both fire teams became a maneuver element. I think that's about it.
Okay, why did those things happen? Okay.
Sorry, and the 2 blue and blue fires.
Okay, so why did those things happen?
I think it was a matter of either a 343 problem, because I know one actual was trying to get hold of one of the fire teams to move closer, and I think there was failed response. I believe that 1-2 FTL went down in that moment. And that was one of the reasons why there was very little knowledge about the blue and blue fire only afterwards.
Right. So.
Okay. I don't know if do you want to add to that the section?
Well, I can talk. I witnessed both blue on blues from the firing position, so I can tell you what happened. In the first instance, I heard the phrase, "Is that an enemy?" Yeah, it's got to be an enemy, and then I heard shooting. So what that means is they didn't know that that team had moved there, so the communication was lacking. And a similar thing happened where one team did not know that the other team was in a forward position, and that's why they fired on them.
Yeah, I can explain the first incident if you guys want to hear.
Good.
So it was me. I was standing in the building when I said, "Is that an enemy?" He was moving. It looked me as he was moving around the house to flank us. And then as I was trying to identify him, it looked to me as an empty RPG, or what I saw as an empty RPG, and then opened up at him. And as soon as I opened up, Wolf called in and said, "Stop, ceasefire." So yeah, that's what happened with my incident on Ox.
Oh yeah,
All
also
good,
the
forgiven. Yeah, all good, forgiven.
Okay. So what can we learn from this?
I would like to go into more detail as to exactly why that happened later, but the primary one is make sure everybody on the squad net is aware of the plan and where the other team might be.
Yeah, I might say it's like the team lead might know of the forward position, but the team might not because of direct speak. You don't always hear what the team lead is saying.
Yeah, and the secondary point, always get a positive ID on your target before you fire.
And with regards to that second blue on blue, all communications sent out to 1-2 were on the 343, and 1-2 was repeatedly told to fall back to 1-1's location for whatever that's worth. But yes, that blue on blue should have been avoided due to PRD. Simple as that.
Okay, I think we covered the basics. So, okay, guys, want to add anything?
Yeah, I want to add. But not to the friendly fire incident. We can discuss that later. Just from 1-1's perspective, I think the movement went well up to from waypoint 2 to waypoint 3, where we knew we were going into a heavy not heavy fortified, but into heavy enemy presence, down a hill which did not have a lot of cover at all. So as 1-1 went down, Toko built a lot of fortifications around the 400-meter mark. Then then Kaz was called in, which didn't get it. Well, wasn't able to shoot, I suppose, to the compound or saw too many civilians. So we opened up. As we moved from where we were shooting up to the first compound in the north of waypoint 3, we took multiple hits. So all of the movement got really slow. We were all walkers, and I ran completely out of ammunition, was shooting only with my pistol. And then once at waypoint 3, it was a bit more chaotic because the teams broke up slightly, trying to get ammo and medical attention at the same time. So that I think that's also one of the reasons what caused the friendly fire incident at waypoint 3, is the bit of chaoticness that was going on there. Apart from that, one then moved to waypoint 4, or halfway to waypoint 4, had another friendly fire incident, and then LZ'd.
All right, anyone else wants to add anything?
Yeah. Right, so from the start, initial engagement was good. We managed to push a little bit forward and up from the LZ, so we were able to put down a very effective fire. Racing Toko, Racing Zero together put down a very effective fire. Then we moved Alpha forward. We spotted more enemy, which we then called out, which Race and Zero effectively engaged, and I believe Ox also got in some good shots. So up until that was pretty good. We were a little bit up and ahead of the team, so we went too far away, and we were engaging targets at fairly close ranges. I don't think anything was farther than 400 to maybe 500 meters, well within the range of even the M4s. Then the follow-up engagements after we got to the 1OP, we marked a hell of a lot of targets which could have been cast into the FU, because they're out in the open. Especially the Igla guys were really out in the open. A good marked cast run could have taken them out right from the start. Hell of a lot of guys out in open fields that could have been marked and taken out by Cass without us even touching them. Then a target was specified that it was over 700 meters, from 700 meters and further out, for us to engage, which the only weapon system we had that really engaged that would be the Moors, and to a certain degree the DM rifle that I had. We tried to kill the Igla guys, which we did. We took out the one vehicle, although Ox jumped the gun a bit there. And by that time, 1-1 had been moved like much farther away, and they'd set up a defensive position on a slope in like completely open area, and they were getting hit by crossfire from both up to 3 directions. So trying to catch up to them after we'd initially taken out those high value targets, being so far away from it took us a while to get up to them, and we were shot up multiple times on the way there. And once we got there, they were then told to assault the buildings, and we were like fatigued at this point. We were carrying a hell of a lot of kit, and then we had to catch up, which we then attempted to do. And once we caught up, we saw them being engaged from the south to west of the town, which we then forwarded to the SL and asked them if we could move forward and flank the enemy and up on the rise, so we had a little bit of a height and good cover, which we did. We moved up to the one house, trying engaging from the roof, but the enemy was in defilade. Then I comms through that we were moving forward to the rocks. By this time, 1-1 was getting stuck inside the town, I believe, and it took them a while to get to us, and we were being engaged all the time, and then we were told to pull back, which took us a while because we had a blue on blue while we were behind cover from the rear. A guy was dead like within a second or two. Then we eventually pulled back, less one guy. Then we were told to move past the town, as I understood it. 1-1 that went directly into the town and got brassed up, which I can understand. There's lots of enemies still in there. We tried to pull in front of them and up the rise so we could pour fire in and sort of create an L-shaped fire scenario, which we did. Then they eventually caught up with us and we were told to move on to the waypoint, which we did. As we got close to it, we noticed the towers, and we asked the SL if we could check out the towers. Actually, I was asking if the resupply point was close to the towers, but I don't know if the message didn't come back or the comms were bad or whatever. But we didn't receive a message, so I just assumed that was where the resupply point was going to be. We moved in, took up, noticed SPG-9 and guys firing on 1-1 from the village, just about 300 meters from the towers. We started to engage them and take the weight off 1-1, and then eventually we were told to pull back, which I confirmed. At this point, I probably mentioned that we were at the towers 2 or 3 times. Then we engaged the SPG with some rifle fire, and I tried to hit it with a Morse. At that point I was shot once, knocked out, eventually got up and then shot again from the rear and knocked out. At this point I wasn't sure if it was friendly fire or not. I think the second time I sort of knew because I literally saw red traces coming, hitting me in the head. So yeah, that killed me outright. I don't know what happened after that. Yeah, that's pretty much from ours. So yeah, stuck in open ground a lot, super long engagement ranges for our weapon systems, trying to catch up to a fire team ahead of us, trying to maneuver and provide cover for them while still staying close. Could have used a lot more cash. Comms our position through to the SL multiple times in the same net as 1-1. We had good medical from Sheepy and very good teamwork inside my fire team that did very well, and they reacted as quickly as they could. So yeah, that's it from me.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just to bring up a point that you mentioned about the first just a group of infantry. Between me and Kaz, we actually discussed it in 2 separate conversations. If we calling in Kaz, the call was eventually made that collateral damage and the presence of some civilians that we saw was too high of a risk. Hence the reason why 1-1 moved in closer to the purpose was we should have actually engaged and draw them out. But the enemy didn't really follow with that plan. They pretty much just bunked down and engaged us at full distance. So we had to move in closer.
Did you actually see any civilians?
Yeah,
plenty.
Yeah, we saw quite a number.
Okay, because all the targets we initially marked and relayed there was literally no civilians in between them. Especially those in the open areas. So that would have been a good initial salvo.
There might have been single individual men out in the open. We are only focusing on area targets since we we're not good at point targets, single targets, because we'll have to use our rockets, and then if we use rockets on single targets, we run out of ammo quickly. So we're just looking at clumps of enemies out in the open.
There were quite a few squads that were in the fields that we actually relayed.
We killed one, and then we were trying to kill the other, but we had difficulty muscle communicating it to pilots.
One thing I will say is that if we do ops like these again in this sort of scenario, we really have to, as mission makers, we need to look at doing this stuff at night. I know some people complain about night ops, but this is, if you look at how little manpower we had versus the amount of guys we faced, fighting them in the day is kind of stupid. That's, I mean, the full ranger companies and multiple platoons do this stuff at night because they don't want a straight up fight during the day. So
Well, it was a fun mission, I think.
well, lots of action, definitely.
I think we just need to bring up this 343 issue again, because when you're on the same side of the mountain and you can see your fire team down the hill, and you send a message to them and you get a message 1 out of 5 back, that's quite frankly unacceptable. So I don't know what these things are rated at, but I mean when it's, I've got clear line of sight to them, eyesight that I can see them, and I get a 1 out of 5 message back. That's not okay.
I remember when you were standing behind me because I couldn't hear shit, and then when I turned around, I looked at you, and then I could hear half of the message. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, the same. I was in
So
viewing distance of my FTL.
I don't know if we need to boost these things, because what happened there on the assault of waypoint 3 is not what the way it was supposed to go. Because I had a team behind me that probably couldn't hear a word I was saying, and I had a team in front of me that also couldn't hear a word that I was saying. So they just defaulted to doing whatever they thought was best for the situation.
What was the distances between the teams?
I'd say
Top of the hill, base of the hill.
Yeah, no more than 300 meters between the two, and not opposite sides of the hill, same side.
I could see my FTL in front of me, and I couldn't hear him proper over the radio.
Correct.
Yeah, so that explains a lot about what happened.
Because the way that initial assault was supposed to go on that compound was 1-2 was supposed to move down towards 1-1's location. That didn't happen. 1-1 was then supposed to wait for 1-2 to move to their location before they proceeded onto the compound. That didn't happen. So I don't know what happened between the communications, but at one point I was hearing nothing back from other FTL.
Right, so things to learn from this. Don't rely on your radios. If communications breaks down like this is why we have ideas about fallback and rally points. Also, things to remember in that situation, when you're operating as a squad, the general consensus is that you should be close enough to communicate and see each other so that you can provide mutual support. Had we been more aware of the issue, what we should have done is to substantially shorten the distance between the fire teams and have it act as much closer as line infantry rather than the much more distant separation that we had throughout the mission. Do they still have 152s?
They do still have 152s.
As a backup, they have 152s.
No, there was no 152s in the crate for Dragon 1.
I had a 152.
After we picked the 343s, I didn't see any 152 radios in the crate.
There should be 3.
I actually looked for one. So
Who that was not an FTL or SL took in a 152? Alright.
Can we spend maybe a little bit more time on the second blue on blue? I just want to give my perspective on that. Don't want to waste time.
Sure.
Okay, so Wolf, I think myself, and I might be incorrect, but anybody correct me. Toko or Whiskey were next to me for the towers. I had absolutely no vis, and I couldn't go to binoc because we just took fire before that. And I think, Wolf, you came up, and all I saw was a piece of a pipe sticking out, and there was no way for me to clearly discern. I didn't hear radio comms, but that's on me, okay? Let me just make that clear. I didn't hear radio comms, and I didn't hear anybody speak of these friendlies towards the east. So I probably either didn't hear it, or I was preoccupied with something else, and I missed it. What I should have done is after the first time the person went down and there was no return fire, I personally feel that I should have stopped and reassessed. Didn't. So that was my fault and my mistake.
Dude, I brassed up an entire squad the other night with an M2 machine gun because I couldn't see far enough to actually BID them as our guys. So I'm not the one who can stand up on a platform and be like, hey, yeah, you should have BID the target. I mean, we all should, but next time keep in mind the RPG is generally not like fully green and a big tube. The M3 Morse is though. So
I couldn't discern colors, and I couldn't clearly discern whether it was a RPG shape. I just saw that, but as I said, my problem was when there was no return fire, I should have reassessed maybe, but I didn't.
To add on that quick, after it was set up on that LZ zone, he set up at a direction we covering, and then Webb was saying that he saw someone on the roof. The red traces was me coming to help him. Stood next to him, saw, and then contacted, and then didn't hear from anyone. Only afterwards they were saying, okay, that might be a friendly location.
Yeah, I think Sherman informed us.
Sorry,
Sherman, you said it was repeated a couple of times, and I thought to myself, shit, I completely missed that.
I had heard nothing that there was anyone in the towers.
It is. I think it is. It might have been a bit chaotic because we just took fire. Although I knew that they were in the towers, and I did mention it just verbally that remember we have friendly forces towards the east. I just said the east direction. I didn't specify where they were. But if you guys heard it or not, it wasn't. It's not as. Okay, it is vital, but I mean, I'm not gonna say that was wrong. But I think what was happening is we were very busy because we just got there, we just took fire. Toka was digging up trenches and stuff. So I think in it, my command to you guys as well to say there was friendlies was not clear enough for you guys to be aware that there was friendlies towards that position. So yeah, just wanted to add. Don't feel too bad because it's obviously my responsibility as well to inform you guys that they were there.
Can I ask a question? When we moved from waypoint 2B towards waypoint 3, that reverse slope, why did we not flank the whole area? There's rocks. There's much easier way to take an open flank straight forward towards that. I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at the map now, and that's the possible worst choice to approach that area is what we actually did. If you want, there's no, I don't know.
Yeah, if we'd moved back to Overwatch 1, or if we'd actually stayed at Overwatch 1, we probably would have had a very good angle for attacking anything. And we would have been fighting from a position of height, not down in the valley or halfway down the slope.
The question that I then have is, were we pressed for time, so we didn't think of flank around, just go ahead, so we can finish the mission by 10 o'clock? Or did we say, okay, let's take a bit more time, waste a bit more time, and do it correctly, and maybe still not finish it? Because, I mean, seriously, this approach is a rookie approach. You cannot do this. I'm watching at this, and that is stupid. That's a suicide mission. Now the question is, did we approach it because we were pressed for time? Because then, I mean, I don't know.
Well, no. When we got to waypoint 2, from actual perspective, when we got to waypoint 2, we were actually ahead of the plan as we marked out in the event planning. So it wasn't a question of the okay, cheers, Race.
Yes.
When we looked at the time, I mean, we were still about 7 minutes before we reached the time.
User disconnected
when
from
we
your channel.
got to the Overwatch position, waypoint 2B, we took a little bit longer. We saw a substantial amount of enemy at waypoint 3, which would have slowed us down. And then we took an additional 10 minutes to actually move into a position to engage. So there was a delay that from spotting enemy to the actual point of engaging the enemy to
User
advance.
disconnected from your
So
channel.
in a way, because of the delay that we had, we are pressed for a little bit of time.
Yeah, but then the question is, should we not rather to do it correctly, waste a bit of time, not finish the mission, then do a frustrating run like that? Because this, the one thing that this approach from 2B told me is this is a way not to do it. I mean, we have to learn that, at least that from this maneuver. And maybe not focus on the time as much, and maybe just go tactical, because the maneuver to go straight ahead from this angle then forced us to waste time on the approach, ducking and diving and smoking, and that wasted, I think, more time than to have an accurate fire from a different angle. I think we counted about 28 targets, and I think if we just took a bit of time going around it, did it correctly, finish, maybe get to waypoint 3, and then, as we did anyway, decide, okay, we know what, we're running out of time, let's call it a night.
Well, look, in terms of the plan, the waypoint 2B was an alternative waypoint to waypoint 2A. I mean, yes, we took the objective to waypoint 2B, and that obviously gave us good line of sight of everything that we needed to see, better than what we would have seen at 2A. But let's recreate the scenario. Let's say, for instance, we went to 2A, and our next waypoint was then 3B. Then we would have had the rock cover. We would have had the approach. So it wasn't a matter of the time or the push or things like that. It was just a matter of how the mission unfolded, and it created a scenario. It created a scenario that we were up against no rock cover. Yes, you trade off your cover for better line of sight, better vision. I mean, if we took it from waypoint 2A and got to an Overwatch position, we wouldn't have seen as much because we had that massive defilade.
I am now on the map. I'm on the map. Rocks. I don't know what the direction is. Yeah, looking at that bunker. Perfect sight lines. And then for, let's say, Overwatch team, and then slightly down to the right from that rocks, you will have another rocks for another team to sneak up in. To be honest, go have a look at the map. This is the worst possible decision was to go straight at. Sorry, I don't complain much about strategy.
User disconnected
But I
from your
looked,
channel.
as I decided, as we moved down, you can ask Whiskey, I said, you know what, this is going to be a fuck up. This is a wrong angle. We are going to get shot up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Toko.
Yeah, I don't think
when we told to move down, I almost wanted to tell, like, I don't want to go down because it didn't look nice. There was no cover. There was nothing. A few trees scattered here and there. But I see what Bucky's mean as well, like the way it unfolded. I think we did the best we could when we moved down. You digging up trenches, people moving from tree to tree. Although the bounds were quite massive. But once they started engaging us, once we took out the major force that we could see, someone was still there, and the one or two people that was there was just nailing us the whole time because we had no eyes on them, and they had clear sight of us because we were just standing in the open.
And the suppression wasn't taking their attention either.
Alright guys, we are taking quite a while to discuss this point, so I'm going to dismiss everyone, and then you guys who remain can carry on discussing if you'd like.
Cool.
Okay guys, so thanks for coming. Sheepy, thanks for your mission. How do you guys find Sheepy's first mission for today?
It was
awesome.
good.
That was awesome. High standard.
I joked that he was gonna like simmer Bucky's mission, and I think he almost actually did it.
I was thinking there was too little AI, and wow.
Well, if it went for Panther's excellent dodging of missiles, it might have been a bit more of Bucky's mission.
Your pilot did die, by the way, but not by missile fire, by heart attack.
Yeah, this is so guys. This is why diapers are a standard issue for pilots. Okay. Okay, guys.
I'm watching all these rockets go towards a bird. I'm like, okay, this one's gonna hit.
Okay, guys. Thanks for coming, and dismissed.
Cool.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
I'll say thanks, guys.
Sorry, Phoenix, if you don't mind, afterwards, just want 2 minutes.
With me.
Just
okay.
Just by the way, when the first cast run came about, and I'm like, Phoenix, there's like 6 Iglas coming towards you. It's like,